Dale Schwagel here with the Ultimate Disc Golf Show. We're at the Grand Canyon in Brooksville, Florida for the Cross Canyon Challenge. I'm here with Barry Schultz. I don't think he needs any introduction to anybody that's played disc golf lately. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing pretty good.
Now, how was the travel time coming down there? I know
it was 2.5 days of full solid driving. It's something I'm used to. It's something I plan ahead for, and I try and give myself an extra day of rest when I get here. So it may not be fun, but it's part of the job that I can handle it.
Yeah, this Florida climate down here sure makes it worth the while. Huh?
It's fantastic. I just heard guys talking about their ice bowl happening down here next weekend, and I would really love to play an ice bowl here because when I play an ice bowl back home, it's a true ice bowl.
Now back home, that's in Wisconsin?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Right yeah. So we've got a couple buddies from up there. They tell us about the ice bowl. That's the true ice bowl.
It sure is. It sure is.
Now, what do you think about the Grand Canyon? You did well there here today. Tell us a little bit about your round.
I played great all weekend. The course is punishing and tough and really hard to get out of some certain spots if you happen to get in them. It's a great shot maker's course. There's lots of variety off the tee, not just deuce or die. I mean, there's plenty of deuces, but there's lots of position and challenging golf. It's not your typical Florida course. There's great elevation on almost every hole. It's just a really nice layout, and I'm really glad I was able to make it.
Now, you've had a good couple of years. You're 2003, 2004 world champion. You got a couple of United States Disc Golf Championships in there. What's it take to succeed at that level?
Well, consistency is really the name of the game. I started traveling in 90 or 91, and I took my lumps. I didn't cash all the time. Really, was frustrated a lot. And you have to learn. If you don't pay attention and know why things are happening to you, you're not going to get any better. I just, tried to see why things were happening to me, good and bad. Try to give myself a good chance to succeed every weekend, put myself in a good position, making sure I'm rested and planning ahead. I try and take this as a business. This is my job. I try and take it as seriously as possible. I have as much fun as anybody else out there, but at the same time, I try and make sure that I set myself up for a good chance to do well.
Let that be a lesson to some of the guys out there that are listening, because I've talked to a lot of guys over the past few hours out here, and not many of them look at it with that approach, and that's obviously why you've had so much success.
Well, you only get into it or get out of it what you put into it. If you don't practice, if you don't try and push yourself, you're not really going to get any better. But if you're happy with that, if you're just happy out there playing, that's fine. But if you aren't happy with your success or your lack of success, you have to try and push and get better. And if you're not really doing that, you're not doing anything. You're standing put. You're going backwards.
I feel that frustration myself sometimes, being able to play only locally. I have that competitive fire that I want to get out there and play more. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Now you got to hand it to a guy like Johnny McRae. He works full time during the week. I mean, the guy, he's the typical working man of this sport, it seems like, and he seems to own the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, well, I did that same thing for a number of years, working a full-time job, and they gave me a lot of time off to go and play. And that's a great way to do it because it feels more like vacation. You're out there having fun. You know how lucky you are to be out there on a weekend like Johnny is, whether it be 1 week in a month or 3 or 4. He knows how lucky it is to be out there. So his attitude is probably better and fresher. If you didn't have that job, his attitude might not be the same.
That's very true. It's a good way of looking at it.
I really did enjoy that time that I had that full-time job and was still able to play a lot of tournaments.
This was kind of cut the edge off of the work and the disc golf. It kind of kept it even.
Right.
Now, what's in store for Barry Schultz in 2005?
Wow. There's so many opportunities out there. So many people want me to come and play their events and play their courses, and I have to do what's right for me. I've learned my lessons. Going out on the road, going for 4, 5, 6 weeks at a time isn't me, and it doesn't suit me good for the whole season, the big picture. So I'm going to try and pick my spots. I'm going to hit a lot of national tours, a lot of bigger tournaments, but I'm going to be staying home in Wisconsin a little bit too. Like I said, I get a little stressed and a little bit, spread a little bit thin when you're out there on the road. So I like to go home, even if it's only for 4 or 5 days. I got to have that home base. I love to sit in my kitchen and cook, or sit in my living room and watch TV.
Relax a little bit.
Just to have your space is really nice.
Now, we're going to see you in Melbourne?
I do plan on coming to Melbourne. I do not believe I'm coming to Gainesville this year, but
you've had luck in Gainesville also.
Yes, I have. I like both those courses. They're great, and it's a great time of year to come to Florida. Live in Wisconsin. February and March are tough months because you're so sick of the cold. And
Exactly.
it's really nice to come down here.
Now we're gonna send you back with some of our DVDs, so when you're sitting around the house cooking or something, you can check out what's going down here in Florida.
I was
Think
checking
about how warm it is.
earlier today in the tent, and it looks like you guys do a fine job.
We're trying, and getting up here to talk to people like you that are in the sport and excelling at it is really helping get it back to the people down in Southwest Florida.
Well, it's great that as a sport we're growing so much that people aren't surprised to hear about our sport. More and more people know about it. They're aware of it. They've seen it. They've heard about it. They have relatives or friends that play. So if we keep getting that same improvement, over the next 5 or 10 years,
sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
Well, Barry, thanks for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the tour.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day.